folks. WeMayRant is back on the air. This is Angel with Heath and Randy. Holy cow.
Hitting the goddamn table.
Let me tell you something. I get too excited. I
get it, but it's...
But you can't hear it.
Every time you introduce us, you hit the table.
Well, that's because I have a lot of love for you guys. That's why. It's all it is.
I think it's because you want to remember how many there are of us.
Well, actually,
so you count it with each pounding.
I was trying to do the hit, so I know what episode we're on.
Are you doing it?
All right. Well, we got 4 more to go.
There you go. WeMayRant is back on the air.
Look, he wants to hit the table again.
I do. I'm not going to do it though. I'm going to do air.
Let's put a pillow under.
He just wants to hit it.
All right. WeMayRant. It's episode number 7. There we go. Lucky 7. Lucky 7. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. Don't forget, most importantly, thank you so much for your reviews. We've been getting a lot of downloads, getting a lot of apps. A lot of people just commenting on our show. So hit us up on Twitter. Definitely go on iTunes. Leave that review. Twitter. We have a Twitter handle. If you don't know about it, it's at WeMayRant. Don't forget, if you want to send out any type of request, you can hit us up on email, WeMayRant@gmail.com. If you do not have access to iTunes and you would like to, view us via an Android, there is a great free app called Spreaker. Yep. That's Spreaker, in case I didn't enunciate right.
How many people thought he was going to get through that? Raise your hand.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't. Spreaker. And, of course, whenever you get a chance, if you're not a person that has access to an iPhone, a cell phone, or you're not living in the 21st century, we have YouTube, and everything that you're hearing now will be on YouTube with visuals. So, with that being said...
That's strictly for Amish people.
That's... yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, it is great to be here. Heath, we'll start with you, because last time we did with Heath, with Randy.
All right.
How was your week?
You're throwing me off. I wasn't prepared yet. No, today sucked. The week as a whole was good.
What a great way.
Yeah,
but
right?
today sucked. It was just one of those days. A bunch of work stuff that is going to be really, really boring to get into. It was not a good day. So I was planning on getting out early. Instead, I got out a half hour late. So that sums it up right there.
I got you. Did you eat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want a menu of what I had?
No. No. I'm not going to ask what this guy over here has been eating because we've been smelling it.
Yeah.
So, was that you?
No.
Don't say it was a chair. No one's going to believe you.
It's the dog. He has to go out.
If that was the dog,
literally
I would be on
has to
America's
go
Got
out.
Talent.
All right.
He has to go out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, just talking to a lot more great people. A few more great companies came in. You're on the wire.
I'm on the wire.
Yeah, you're on the wire. Great show, by the way. Go binge that.
Yes.
But how about you, Randy?
All right. The thing was, I had that post office story a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
If you haven't seen that, what episode was that? That's 5, right?
Five.
Seen or heard?
Yeah.
Right? This time, I seem to have this problem with clerks at post offices.
Oh, no.
I don't know what it is, right? If you just do your job, right? That's all I'm asking, right? I prepay to have the labels to put on the envelopes, right, that I mail out. All you got to do is scan it and accept it. That's it.
Is this in the city again?
No, this is in...
Local. We'll say
No. This isn't local. This isn't even local either.
Okay.
This is in... I stopped off at a post office in Jersey.
You're just randomly going to post offices.
Well, no. I was on my way. I was on my way to New York City. I didn't want to go into the place I had the problem with the last time. Okay. So I made sure,
in case the woman remembered that you wanted to bend her over.
I had to stop off.
Stop bending my package.
I had to stop off and see my grandmother.
Okay.
And then from there, we started driving, but we go into Jersey first before we go into the city.
Okay.
So we stopped, on the way, and it was one of the post offices in a very, very high-class area in Jersey, right?
So what were you doing there?
Oh! Nice.
Come on, you left that one open.
Yeah,
He left it open.
That was pretty open.
He's going to get me when I do my week, so don't worry.
See, my joke was going to be, they have those there?
Oh, there goes the whole Jersey right there. We just lost. There goes unsubscribe.
They better have a sense of humor.
Of course.
I hope. I don't know. It's Jersey.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. You ready?
Oh, God.
He looks at it, right, and he goes...
The parcel?
The parcel.
Okay.
All right. He looks at it.
And doesn't bend it.
Doesn't bend it.
Thank God.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well, that was good. He looks at it, and he goes, you didn't print the label out to send it from here. He goes, you printed the label out to send it from your mailing address. your home.
That's not
Your post office.
Who the hell gets specific
I'm like,
to post office?
Yeah,
that's what I said.
You're mailing. You can mail it from anywhere.
That's what I said.
A stamp is a stamp.
I
Return
said
to sender would go back to your house.
I said,
Yeah.
that's what I said. I was like, I can be in Springfield, Illinois, mailing this package out. I said, so you're telling me I can't mail this out? I said, which I paid for already. I can't mail it out. Right?
Really bad
This
luck,
shit is
bro.
ridiculous.
What? What am I doing wrong?
Mail the shit from home, from your post
What
office.
are you wearing when you walk in there?
I swear to God.
What are you wearing?
I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, there's a camera somewhere, right?
He's getting. What is that old show? He's
Your
getting
own Practical
punked.
Jokers.
He's getting punked.
Oh,
like-
yeah. Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, no. What was the one where your temper builds up? You know what I mean? Like,
was that on TV? Boiling
Boiling
Point.
Point.
Boiling
Yeah.
Point.
Okay. Right?
Short
He
fuse.
was, he was testing me. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to get into this with you. I was like, so I don't understand the difference if I mail it here or I mail it in Illinois. And he goes, well, he's like, you can put it in the metal blue box. outside, right?
Nobody wants to skin your
And I go,
Everybody
and I'm
was
like,
telling you that.
and I'm like, and I said, so you're going to scan it anyway? He goes, well, I'm not going to scan it. He goes, it'll be scanned at the main office. He goes, but it's not going to be scanned here.
Oh my
That doesn't
god.
make any sense.
What
I
is
don't
with
know.
these people
You
not
need to,
letting
you know what I
us
would
scan
do?
your stuff?
I would
I
really
don't
call the United States Post Office. and
Well,
just
yeah,
ask them.
I just got a phone number. So now what I'm going to do is if I run into any future problems, which I probably will.
Stay tuned.
Well,
okay?
you, so
Stay
yeah.
tuned.
So, which I probably will.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a threatening phone call to it's like to a place where they don't want to get a phone call from.
You know what it is? They probably
So-
that woman from the city probably put an email blast out that
Yeah,
this customer
my
threatened
picture-
to, this
my
customer
picture
threatened
is
to
on
send
the-
me
I
over.
was just gonna say
My
his
picture
pictures in the back.
is on every post office,
know?
right? So they go, watch out for this guy when he comes in, right?
Must bend package.
They have they have FBI's most wanted, and they have the asshole with try to bend me over right next to each other.
You know what? Let's put it to everybody out there that's watching. Have you ever had
Listening
this
to.
problem? Oh yeah, I keep saying watching.
Yeah.
Anybody else who's actually listening to us, if you've actually had this problem, which is probably unlikely, and it's only Randy, email us or Twitter. Let's get a chat going right now about that because this is weird.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What makes me upset about it is that you prepaid. Like I have actually made. I remember when I was in Kentucky, and I mailed stuff from Kentucky from my actual address when I was living
Yeah,
in Rhode
that
Island.
shouldn't matter.
And it was already pre-labeled.
Right.
And I had no problem. And there were packages that were scanned.
No,
no, how?
no. I had three. I had three envelopes that I had to send out. Also,
Okay.
3 padded envelopes that I couldn't print the label out for.
But he did those.
He did those.
Because you hand wrote the address, which is your home address on it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so dumb. I don't even know. Like when he's like, "You can't send these from here because the address isn't from this building." I would have been
No,
like,
he
"I
didn't
don't
say
live
I couldn't
here."
send them from here. He just said I can't scan them.
But that doesn't make any sense.
And I'm like, I said,
United
why?
States Postal Service.
I said, you
That
are
means
all the
anywhere.
same. You're all the same. I was like, it's not like this one here is keeping this money and this one is getting this money. It all you group all the money together. It's going towards to the federal government.
One day
So-
he's going to wake up and there's going to be like every United States Postal Office worker in front of his house, and they're just going to be like,
I can't
with
wait.
a scanner,
I can't wait.
and they're just going to be like,
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with these people. They're prone to go off with machine guns.
God Almighty.
There's a
Yeah.
history.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's
Yeah, I
been
don't know.
established.
Where
I
are
mean-
these gnats coming from? Oh, probably the bananas.
But my thing is
Fruit
like,
flies.
it's the fact that I'm mailing out anywhere from like 10 to 15 envelopes a week, a day. I'm sorry, a day. Okay. So when I'm going, I'm trying to go to different post offices around the area. So I'm not going to the same one all the time.
No, you know what? You're gonna come up on a list about some dude that just keeps showing up at
No.
random
I don't
post
want to
offices.
go. I don't want to go to the one here and then.
No,
and then,
I get
and
it,
keep
but they're
going
gonna be
every
like,
day.
"What has he got planned? What is he sending out from different post offices that he can't
Yeah,
keep
right?
sending out from the same place?"
Whatever.
Did you
You're
just
gonna
let
get
one rip
on
again?
You're
Whatever.
gonna get on a list.
No,
I'm telling you.
No,
You know, it
I
sounds
swear
like
to
he's
God, I
passing
didn't.
gas.
You're gonna get on a list, dude. I'm telling you, like a no flight thing. You're gonna don't.
You know
do
what
it.
I'm gonna do?
Stop. Just
no,
go to the
I'm
same
gonna tell you
post
from
office.
now on. Is there's they have to come to your house to pick up the packages now. So.
Oh yeah, with stamps.
So why don't you do that?
I'm gonna do that from now on.
Isn't that a main point of stamps.com?
You know what's gonna
Have to
happen?
leave
Hold
the
up,
house.
hold up. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna show up at his house. They're gonna look at the packages. They're not gonna go. I can't scan these from here.
Yeah, wait.
You have to go into the post office.
Yeah, because they're not going to come up to your door. You got to have them out there, right?
No, they come up right up to your door. They're
Oh,
supposed
really?
to.
Well,
Yeah.
supposed to, yeah.
I can see it.
Whatever.
I can see it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the same dude from Jersey. People are like, I can't scan.
I'm
this.
tired.
No, you know what's
I'm
going to
tired.
happen?
I'm just tired. I'm
That's
like,
horrible.
I'll
It's,
tell you.
it's just people that don't want to do their job. That's what it basically.
This
what it
is
comes
what's
down
going to
to.
happen. You're going to start getting post-its on your mailbox saying, we were here at such and such time and you were not.
I have no
sorry
problem
for
with the
missing
ones
you.
in my town. I mean, the one guy who's
I don't have a
who's
problem
there,
with that guy. I know who you're talking about.
he is slow.
I don't have a problem.
But-
with
Oh,
him.
yeah. I had to wait for him one day. It was like an hour and a half.
Not
All you three and my wife are the same. You all have a problem with that guy. When I go in there, it's
not
1, 2,
smart
3.
slow, but fast slow.
You're talking about
So-
D.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not slow.
Yes, he is.
Not with me. Maybe because I only have a couple things to do. You have.
You know what it is?
He does this a lot.
He's very he's very
does.
he's very meticulous.
For
Yeah.
people listening
So-
on radio, he was
and-
clicking a pen.
You know, he'll
Oh.
sit there and like make sure whatever he's touching on the screen is the button that he has to so
Okay.
It's
Okay.
fine.
How come you never told the story about the local girl that you hate?
What?
The local post office girl you have a problem with.
Oh, that's another day.
Oh my
I don't
god.
even
This
wanna-
guy has the worst luck in postal people.
I don't even want to.
Here's a question. Because
Start
I don't
using
even wanna-
UPS.
Here's a question that I know we all
There's
know
your
the answer
answer.
to this, but people are going to probably want to ask: is your wife a postal worker?
No. No.
She probably told him all stories. Start using FedEx or UPS to avoid the problem entirely.
No, but let me tell you something. Stock in UPS though, since Amazon got that
Oh, the Whole
Whole
Foods.
Foods, you got stock in UPS.
No, don't do that. Amazon's going to be launching their own delivery service. They're going to completely make UPS.
I don't
they're
like the
gonna-
whole
they're gonna
idea of
do
the
it, yeah,
drones.
they're getting-
man. Whatever. Well, whatever.
Dude,
I mean,
they're
if Amazon is keeping that company separate or whatever, invest in that delivery service. Oh my god.
They're buying trucks. They're doing all
Oh
that.
yeah.
I think they're
Forget
buying
it.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
They're going to have their own fleet of delivery stuff. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
an
that's
its
a
own- its
smart.
own
That's
army.
a smart way to do it.
Well, yeah. Look, think of how much they're going to save in the end.
That wasn't
They'll
me.
ship
That
it.
was the leather chair. Okay?
No, that's gonna be out there the whole.
How come when you say in this leather chair it never happened?
I don't know. This is a new leather chair.
That's because hardly anybody ever sits over there. That's probably
It's
why.
like the Adam Sandler skit.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Oh my gosh! All right, cool.
How was your
man.
week?
All right,
Oh,
I have officially. Well, I don't want to say I've given birth.
There are no more
They have
rocks
done
in
a
here.
somewhat C-section. We'll call it a penal section. They
Oh.
have, yeah.
Ah, that's
they have.
awful.
How much did they take off?
Well, for those of you who don't know, I had a kidney stone. That's why I was out for episode number 3. And basically, what happened was I got it removed. I'm good, as you can
Uh-oh.
tell. I'm feeling good. I
The
have
kidney stone.
yes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right.
I had a kidney stone removed. It was actually 11 millimeters. So they removed it. I don't know if I should even say what I have right now, but
I don't
basically,
know.
all right, we'll say it anyway because we're the way it is. We're all family here.
We're
I
all
have
transparent.
a stent still inside, so that gets removed in a couple days. So still a little sore, but I've changed my ways and eating habits, and I'm on a diet. So I lost 8 pounds in the last couple days. I feel good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm looking to get 40 pounds
Well,
off. We'll see what happens.
6 of those pounds were the kidney stones, so
Or as you put it, the boulder.
Yeah.
The boulder.
The boulder.
Yeah. But, I'm good. I feel great, and thank you for asking. So, let's get on with it. What is that, thunder?
no,
That's an airplane.
It's a plane.
I've never heard a plane come that close to my house.
That's pretty cool.
All right, just to let you know, in
That's
case
gonna be
something
on the
happens
recording.
real quick.
We love you.
That's loud.
Yeah, that is real loud. You also don't. I mean, how often do you have these windows open?
Never.
Well, that could also be.
Okay, there it is. All right, cool.
All right, let me take care of some business.
Go ahead.
Real quick. First of all, as you heard on the intro, we have a new official theme song. It is Cloud My Day by the band Broken Witt Rebels. They're a UK band, and they're kind enough to give us permission to use this song.
It was great, by the way. I love it.
Yeah, we have it for a year, and then we'll see how things go from there. But they love the podcast. They're big sports fans. They like what we're doing, so they're excited to be involved, and I'm honored to have them on board. So
And their song and their album is available now to purchase and everything?
hit them up on not SoundCloud, on Spotify. That's what they want. Make sure you go hit them up on Spotify. Broken Witt Rebels. All their songs are good. You will not be disappointed.
Do they have?
They have a very like bluesy rock song, sound, which you can tell from the song.
Do they have a Twitter account or anything like that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So let them know that know if you download it. Yeah. And if you purchase the album, let them know that you downloaded it because you heard them on WeMayRant. Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
That would be awesome.
And all the information, all the links that you'll need will be in the description for each show moving forward. So,
awesome.
Well, the theme song in the beginning that you just heard is available on Spotify.
Yeah, that's on Spotify.
You know
so you can get the full version of that song if you like.
I even take one step further. Ready for this? Anybody that wants to purchase the album but leaves a...
Where are you going with this?
I'm going to do it. If they want to purchase the album... and they leave a comment, click, picture, take a picture of it, they send it to them. Whoever gives it to us first, within the first, let's say, 48 hours after we do this, I will personally, myself, send you out something that has to do with our show, WeMayRant. How about that?
All right.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
There you go.
And the song is off the Howlin' EP. It's very, very good. Highly recommend you go listen to it.
Cool.
And we also had some interaction on Twitter where... a fan let us know that we were a little off about a couple of facts that we stated on the last show.
Ooh.
No, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. You can follow him at McDonough34, McDonough 34. Yeah, he let us know that Ryan Howard hit over 50 home runs just before Barry Bonds retired, and then Chris Davis hit 53 in 2013 for the Orioles. But like I said to him, I don't know if Chris Davis is the best choice to mount our anti-steroids campaign on, because I don't know about him.
Well, you got your boy right now that's doing a free anti.
Aaron Judge, as of tonight, just hit number 25.
Steroids?
Yeah.
Okay,
no, there are no steroids.
Okay,
involved.
don't worry about it. Remember, last podcast, I said it. The date, last podcast, that dude is on steroids. I even put a picture. You can't be any more wrong. If you go on the YouTube version, I put a picture of this dude without a shirt on. That dude has got major veins that don't even exist.
Why are you looking at the dude without a shirt on?
He posted a selfie. I didn't do it.
Wait, how do you have veins that don't exist?
The veins are the size of our highway. There's no way that he's on something. I'm telling you. I'm not playing. He is on something.
All right.
And you know what?
We disagree.
Because you're Yankee fans.
That has nothing to do with it.
Bull crap.
This guy could be on whatever other team. I would say the same thing.
Juice.
I'm excited to see a clean player do it. That's all I'm saying.
I would be excited for you if it is. I'm being straight, honest. If he's
you wouldn't
clean,
be excited for him.
No, I'm dead serious. I
he's
joke
excited
around.
for you.
No, yeah. I joke around. I don't like the Yankees.
For me too.
I'll be the first to say it. Maybe we'll lose viewers for that. I don't care. I'm not a Yankee fan. I don't like the Yankees.
You've been saying it since episode 1.
I've been saying this day one. But if, and I'll say it again, if he is clean and he does do right by that, and he does and breaks records, I'll be the first to say congratulations. I'll say it. I'll even go as far as, no, I'm not going to wear any Yankee gear.
You almost burst into flames just now. That was weird.
No, man.
Your head started smoking.
Listen, bottom line,
you would be like Big Papi in that commercial.
I hate that commercial.
He was with was it with Jorge? Oh yeah, he took his hat and Papi put it on his head.
Yeah. And the
mascot just was like no. He started waving his hands. That was phenomenal. I love that commercial.
ESPN used to have
I didn't like
great commercials.
I didn't like
Of course you didn't like it.
Nice screensaver. So anyway, you're welcome. What? Poppy? That's okay. I don't care. Yeah, so what? If you take steroids and you beat the Yankees, it's acceptable.
Oh my God.
It is acceptable. If you can cheat and beat the team that is the evil empire, I'm okay with it.
Oh, you're so wrong sometimes.
But it's not wrong. It's my choice. It's what I
awful.
feel. It's like it's in my I don't know. All right, what we up to? Let's see. Oh, hey. You know what's on tonight right now?
NBA draft.
Drafting the NBA draft.
Anything standing out?
The news this week?
Yeah, that's on TV.
The news this week, I'm just so disgusted by everything NBA.
Can we talk about this?
Jimmy Butler was traded to the Timberwolves before the draft, which is great because it keeps him out of Cleveland. Thank God. All right, but look at all the reports. The Lakers are getting ready for LeBron James and Paul George by clearing cap space now. They want to get them both on the team next summer. So they're already making plans for LeBron to jump ship. Kyrie Irving has already come out on the record and saying he'll push for a trade if LeBron leaves. Everybody knows he's leaving. Everybody knows if they don't win another title this year, he's done. And honestly, even if they do win, he'll probably bounce. And then all the teams talking about just built, like the Rockets are going after like 4 different free agents to stack that team. By the way. No, well, the Spurs are dismantling their team. They want to trade Aldridge. They want to trade Green. They're open to trading everybody to make cap space.
Where's it? I heard something about Chris Paul possibly going.
Chris Paul is going to meet with the Rockets and the Spurs. You know, if he meets with the Spurs and they trade Aldridge and it's just Leonard and Paul and whoever else they...
Go ahead.
I mean, they might get another All-Star and then it's a problem. But the Rockets tacking on a bunch of players, like... Are we only going to be talking about 4 or 5 teams for the next 6 years? It's ridiculous.
I have a question. I'm very confused, and maybe people that are not full sports fans can attest to this. I see on the news today, Phil Jackson. Okay, he says his, and if I'm misquoting, I'm gonna try to paraphrase. He basically stated that Porzingis is he doesn't want to trade him, but it's a possibility that he's listening to trade talks. But then they ask about Carmelo, and he says, I think he should go. Yeah. Like, I think he should really jump in. Yeah. Just say it. Why don't you say, I don't want you on my team, but he's got a no-trade clause. How does this work?
Can I go?
That was my question. That was my question.
Phil Jackson is worse than Isaiah Thomas. There, I said it. He's overrated. He cannot be a GM. The only good thing he's done was draft Porzingis, and now he wants to trade him away because he doesn't want to play in his triangle. He doesn't want to play in my triangle. Get rid of him. I don't want a guy that's 22 years old, and he was like top 5 in blocks and top 5 in 3-pointers last year. The guy's 7 feet tall.
What is this whole thing like? He comes out and says, we have to start anew. You know what I mean?
No, what are you talking about?
You've been there. This is your 4th season coming up. You have a 5-year contract. Okay,
he's literally done nothing but draft Porzingis.
Dolan gave him a 5-year contract.
Yeah,
he's coming out in year 4 and saying, "We need to start anew."
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to dismantle, whatever we need to do. So, like, what are you doing?
No, he has no idea what he's doing. That's the point. And then Dolan is a horrible owner because he renews his contract after 3 years of doing absolutely fucking nothing. All right, you didn't want Carmelo, but yet you re-sign him anyway. Why? Why give him $25 million? You didn't want him since day one, so why do that?
I understand the money. What I don't get is giving him the no trade clause.
He wouldn't have signed regardless.
Doesn't
which is
matter.
Fine. Let him walk.
Then let him walk.
You didn't want him on the team. Why re-sign him?
So now it's coming back. It's biting you in the ass because now he can say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to keep my $25 million. I'll play." 75, 76 games, whatever it is.
He's gonna waive the no trade clause, but he's got to go to a team he wants to play for. He's not gonna play another season as a Knick. It's not gonna happen.
That's bullshit.
He's not wasting another year. He's not gonna do it. He's gonna go to Cleveland, or he's gonna go to San Antonio, or he's gonna go to Houston
this year.
But he's gonna go
before the season. You mean?
Possibly before the season, definitely by mid-season.
I get confused. That's going to be for the 2018 season we're talking about,
he's not going to play next season as a Knick, at least not the whole year. He's moving. He's leaving. He knows the Knicks are not going anywhere. Why does he keep
saying on the news that he wants to stay?
Because you have to say that.
Okay. Well, the point is, like his family is here. You know what I mean?
His wife.
His wife, his family. He has businesses here also. So my thing, it's like he wants to stay. He is, he went to college at Syracuse. Come on, you know what I mean?
I understand.
So, it's like it's one of those things where he feels like he's
trying to save face.
Yes, you got it.
It's like Chauncey Billups was being asked to be the new GM for Cleveland
for never having done it before.
Right, and he's being asked to do it, and
he's going to be a figurehead.
But he doesn't want to uproot his kids either. Same thing.
It would be very, very foolish for him to take that job. He would be blamed if LeBron leaves. He'd be the scapegoat.
That's what they said.
Carmelo's done. He's leaving. He's not going to be a Knick. I'm telling you right now. He's not going to waste another whole season, and definitely not a season after that with a team that's rebuilding yet again. He's got to go to a team that's ready for the playoffs, ready to make a run at the finals.
If you had the power to put him somewhere, where would you put him?
Just for the
trash. Well, okay, but I mean,
you asked.
He has the no trade clause. He's not going anywhere other than
to a winning team.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Or
put it this way. The Knicks are going to get the wrong end of this deal regardless because it has to be a team that he wants to play for. The teams that are coming after him are going to know that's the fact. The Knicks have no leverage. They have to trade Carmelo to get something for him.
But why would they get rid of Porzingis?
Let me get into that.
Okay.
That's the only good thing.
Understand.
That is literally the only good thing that Phil Jackson has done since he came to New York. Porzingis has made it very, very well known that he does not want to play in a triangle. He knows he can't improve his game in that function. In that offense, he can't do what he needs to do. So he's made it known. And you know what? This is your future. If he doesn't want to play the triangle, fine. Build around this kid. Don't do what a 70-something-year-old man wants to do because he's too prideful and he's not willing to give up the fact that the triangle works. It's the greatest. It hasn't worked in how many years since Shaq left the Lakers? I mean, come on. He's overrated. He came in to bring in names, and names have not come because he's a GM. He's not the coach. And no one wants to play in the triangle anymore.
Do you think
it's a Stone Age system.
Do you think it would be different if he became the coach of the Knicks?
No. Because he still wants to run a triangle. What's the point of hiring these other coaches and forcing them to run the triangle? Derek Fisher
That's why
had no
Steve Kerr
chance.
didn't come.
Yeah, Derek Fisher had... Well, you also saw how good the Golden State Warriors were.
Sure.
Derek Fisher had no chance because he had to run the triangle. You bring in Jeff Hornacek, who's not a triangle coach, and you're making him run the triangle. So what's the point of hiring a guy... Hire some dude off the street for $13 an hour and make him run the triangle. You don't need a head coach.
Woodson wanted to. The last time when Phil Jackson before he came, right? Woodson was the coach, and he got them to the NBA playoffs
on defense.
Yeah. Okay, so when he was there, Jackson was hired as the GM, and Woodson said to him, "Teach me the triangle if you want me to incorporate this in my system." And Jackson said, "You have no experience with the triangle. I'm not going to pick you." And he let him walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then he hires Fisher. Okay. Again, like you said, no experience whatsoever
he had
coaching, but he had experience with the triangle.
Yeah.
Which is the whole reason why he hired him.
Same with Kurt Rambis as the assistant coach.
Completely failed.
Crazy.
Completely failed. Now, right, the whole reason why you didn't want to bring up, Woodson, right, was because he had no experience. But yet you hire Hornacek? Because he had no experience.
Because he did well with another team running a different offense, and he hired Kurt Rambis because he's loyal to him with the triangle. Every player on that team hates him. Every player. But he's still there. This is the problem with the Knicks. You see how they treat Charles Oakley, who Knicks fans,
that drives me nuts.
diehard Knicks fans love. They throw him out. You won't for whatever reason bring Patrick Ewing, one of your biggest and best players in your franchise history. You won't let him come over as an assistant coach? Why? How many teams bring back their best players as assistant coaches? How come he hasn't been one in 20 years? And then you have a superstar, quote-unquote superstar in Carmelo, I'll admit he is, and you treat him like trash, talking every season about how you're going to let him go. He shouldn't be on the team. Then you re-sign him anyway just to talk more trash about him. Then you draft a phenom who's going to end up being the best player in the NBA, mark my words. And now you're already talking about trading him because he doesn't want to play in your Stone Age offense. The Knicks are a mess. And I'm telling you right now, on this podcast, whatever team Porzingis goes to, that is my team. I cannot root for the Knicks anymore. I can't do it. I cannot do it, and that breaks my heart because I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Well, I'm going to say, in order to get rid of Porzingis, the offer has got to be like crazy, because I mean, if you're going to trade a talent like that, it's what I mean. Like,
I think you're wrong.
You think they're going to trade him?
They have no choice. Porzingis is not going to stay there now after his rookie contract's up with how they're treating him like shit. You think he's going to re-sign there? They're going to have to trade him. And again, the Knicks doing all this stupid shit have lost all their leverage. You made this player hate you. He's not coming back when he's a free agent. Teams can wait another year or two. It's usually like a 4-year contract.
Porzingis is on for he's another 2 years though.
It's a 4-year contract.
Right.
So what? So you wait 2 years. Porzingis is not going to wait that long. He's going to force a trade. But regardless, teams are willing to wait 2 more years. He's only 22 years old, so you wait till he's 24 and he's more seasoned. He's not re-signing with the Knicks. You have to trade him for something, and you have no leverage now, and he's fucking dirt to me. What the hell?
I don't know.
There's this little bug flying around, and I'm gonna pull out my Wolverine claws.
No.
Oh. Great.
For that story, listen to the bonus Wonder Woman off the field.
Yeah. Here's my question. There's also talk that he has bad knees, Porzingis.
Bullshit.
That's what they say.
No.
And they're saying that he has a history, and that's why it's very possible that other teams do not completely want him because of the fear of this possible bad.
I mean, that's a fear. That's a fear with all
any player.
7 foot,
Where does that come from, though?
7 foot players though.
He may. I mean, he's European. I don't know his injury history.
But my thing.
Stop moving.
But my.
Stop moving.
I can't help moving. But what they're comparing him to what, like Dirk, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what he. I think his ceiling's higher because he plays defense, unlike Dirk. He has the 3. He has the dribble. He can rebound. He can block. He had something like 200-something blocks last season. The guy is amazing. And at 22 years old, his game is already this strong. So just imagine where it can go. And you've ruined it.
I don't know.
You've ruined... The Knicks are awful. This guy does not want to play for you anymore. He didn't even go to your exit interviews with the team.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, because he's fed up with the triangle and doesn't want to play it. And they refuse to let the triangle go. So now you're going to draft... Oh, here's another thing. They just drafted a player from France. He doesn't have to come to the U.S. He doesn't have to come play. You think he's going to want to come to the Knicks after seeing how they're treating Porzingis?
Oh, they're going to do the thing that Rubio did when the Timberwolves drafted Rubio. He stayed in Spain or whatever.
Yeah, but he eventually came. This guy doesn't have to come ever. Until the Knicks sell his rights or whatever. It's not like he signed with them. Just because they drafted him doesn't mean anything. He doesn't have to come over. And if you're treating Porzingis, who's a European player, like this, you don't think everybody else is talking?
Yeah.
I'm going to get it. Go ahead. I'm going to get that now.
He goes, I'm going to get it.
You're going to hear a smack in a second. It's going to be oh, there's 2 of them. I got him. Keep going.
Heath, stay absolutely still. There he goes.
I think I got one, actually. Just now. Okay, we're good.
All right.
So, I don't know. The whole trade thing, it's not like it used to be. It's all about... It just feels like everybody's trying to manipulate the system to, again, stack the teams. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, whatever happened to loyalty? Like, not talking about the players. I mean, they don't even... It's like they're quick to get rid of their franchise player or future star in order to avoid, let's say, a fire. That's how they're putting out fires. That's how it seems like to me. That's Randy.
No, that's not me. That is you.
So, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, we can talk about the draft and trades with them all day. Whatever.
Now the Cavs are talking to the Spurs about Danny Green. God.
Well, you know what? Join the conversation. We have our Twitter account. Go on there. Tell us what you think about this whole NBA draft, about Porzingis. How many Knicks fans are out there? Again, we have a Twitter account at WeMayRant. Email us if you don't have a Twitter account. We're at WeMayRant@gmail.com. It's important.
Well, staying with the draft, and you wanted to... did you want to bring that up now? I mean, as far as Lonzo Ball?
Oh, yeah, 1 second. Well, that was your thing. But let me just say, Cavs are no longer pursuing Paul George or Jimmy Butler because Kevin Love didn't generate any interest. No one wants his broken ass. Nobody wants a power forward that only shoots 3-pointers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You couldn't see that coming? Mosquito.
Oh, that is coming from outside.
Yep.
All right.
And the Knicks are asking the Celtics for the number 3 pick, which was Jaylen Brown, Jay Crowder, and the 2018 Brooklyn pick for Porzingis. Wow. That's just one offer they're asking for. I mean, that's what he's worth. But the problem is, like I said, everybody knows the Knicks have no leverage now because Porzingis is not going to play there after his contract's up. He's not coming back, especially if they're still playing the triangle. He's done there. He's absolutely done there. And who the hell is coming? No free agents are coming there. Chris Paul's not.
You literally have to do what the Celtics did or are doing right now.
I'll start from scratch.
Start from scratch. You know
what
I mean?
Did that with Porzingis, and now that's done.
No, I get that. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen during the Jackson era.
Yeah.
He's a lousy GM. It's not gonna happen with him, right? He's come out to show how bad he really is. Like I said, we were on Dolan for a long
Well,
time.
Dolan is horrible.
Okay, he is, but we were on him for a long time, and now Dolan. I blame Dolan for it.
Well, he
so
took a step back and let Phil Jackson have
He
his
did.
way. And
But my thing is, how bad of a GM is he? He won't travel with the team. Okay, he doesn't go on road trips. Road games with them.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he doesn't scout. You know what I mean? So like, you paying this guy $10 million a year for what?
nah, he's awful.
Okay.
Why, I don't know why they picked up his
What are you
extension.
paying him exactly for?
I don't
Okay,
know.
because he's got these people around him, doing his job.
This is how bad the Knicks are. Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony want to play together very, very badly. They were at each other's weddings. And Chris Paul's not even considering the Knicks. He's not even talking to them. They both have done nothing but talk about how they want to play together for like the last 10 years. And he's not even looking in their direction.
Well, let me ask you something. Maybe this is a bad question. I don't know. Why aren't they going? Why didn't they go after Paul?
Because he wasn't a free agent until now.
But by now the damage has been done, so now
Yeah, nobody wants to go there.
Let's just
No
say
one is talking
hypothetically.
to the Knicks. No one.
Hypothetically, let's just say they go. Let's go after Chris Paul. You think he would come?
No.
That's horrible.
You know why? Not only because of how bad the Knicks are as a franchise, but because in the triangle, the point guard is useless. He's a spot-up three-point shooter. That's
so
it.
it all goes back to the triangle, no
Yeah,
matter what.
because you don't need a point guard in the triangle. He's not facilitating the ball. He's like Paxson and Kerr, B.J. Armstrong. These are Bulls point guards. Derek Fisher. Again, you spot up for threes. That's your entire role in the triangle is just wait for that ball for a three-point shot. You're not an actual point guard, and Chris Paul won't do that.
Question: how long is Phil Jackson a GM? Is there a contract
He's got
on
another
those?
2 years.
Oh my gosh!
The
I
Knicks
just
are-
said. I
the
just
Knicks
told.
are
I just
done.
told him when you. I just said I was like the Knicks. It's not going to happen these 2 years. He's going to be here.
It's not going to happen for the next 10 years. The Knicks are done.
No,
They're
Well, you
done.
know what's going to happen? You have to lose money first, and they're not losing money yet. People still pay money to go see them. Fans have to stop going to the
Not
games.
anymore. If they get rid of Carmelo and they get rid of
People are still going
Porzingis.
to go.
They're
I
not
don't
going
know.
to. They're not going to pay those astronomical prices
They're not,
to see
yeah.
a,
They're still
to
season
see a
ticket
B
holders, though.
League team.
Then
Yeah, but
they
they're
get-
all businesses. They're all owned by businesses. You're not going to lose those guys. It's all those guys in.
No,
in
you're going to
suits and
lose
ties.
money in the merchandise.
That
you're gonna
you'll see a hit.
You're going to
yes.
see a hit in that. You're going to see a hit in attendance. They ain't going to be sold out anymore.
I want to see if it gets to the point where Spike Lee stops going just in protest to how bad they are.
Oh,
That'll
that
show
would
you.
be- that would be
That'll
huge.
show you how bad the Knicks are.
Has he verbalized anything?
I haven't noticed anything.
I'll have to take a look at that. Spike Lee, you want to talk to us? Anytime you want to rant, come on over. Love to hear what you think about the Knicks. Crazy, man. All right, so that's the draft. What can I tell you? Anything else?
He had brought up LeVar Ball.
Lonzo Ball. Yeah,
Matzo
LeVar Ball is his father.
Matzo Ball?
Matzo Ball. Yeah.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Lakers.
What is his name?
The basketball player's name is Lonzo.
Oh, that's the whole Laker thing?
They had the second pick in the draft. It's on tonight.
Okay.
They drafted Lonzo Ball. With him comes the baggage of his father.
Yeah, what's going
LeVar
on with
Ball.
that? All right, bring up some speakers. I don't understand this whole...
Go ahead.
Okay. The Lonzo's father, LeVar, is very intertwined in his life.
AKA annoying.
Okay?
Oh, my
to the
God.
point where he's doing his own interviews, okay, on all these radio shows and talk shows and
Is he an
and
athlete?
sports shows. No, he's a wannabe. Okay?
Oh, no.
So he's living his life through his sons.
Which he's killing.
Okay? So, reaping the benefits of their talent and talking, and he's one of the greatest trash talkers. Okay? Even though he's not. You ever play with one of those guys on the basketball court?
Yeah,
Okay?
Heath.
Where, Heath. Okay?
That normally
You're
doesn't
playing,
happen to me. I'm
yeah,
usually
you're playing,
on the other end of that.
playing street ball, playing
Yeah.
at the park, okay?
Yeah.
And, you're running a 3-on-3, and that one guy on your team, that was, pick up, and he's talking trash when everybody else is on his team is scoring.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the father, right?
I saw an interview with him.
Oh man, he shot that three right in your face. Damn, yo. That was crazy. Oh, I got the ball. I did slip, man. My hand was wet. It was crazy.
No, you
But,
fouled me.
Yo.
You fouled
Oh,
me.
yeah.
It's a foul.
You didn't even have the ball.
Wait a minute.
But it's
this guy's all over. He's
well,
doing all his talking.
he's complaining. He's like, oh,
How did they shut him
my
up?
son's not treat. because he draws so much attention.
See, this is the
and
part I hate.
people are drawn to see what he has to say.
He's like the Howard
he
Stern.
matters, right?
Oh,
okay,
God.
the kid is the one playing an NBA career.
Did he get drafted tonight?
Okay? He did. Lakers picked him with the number 2 pick.
So the Lakers did go and take him.
Yeah, and the father, okay, they got a soundbite of the father already.
Oh my God!
Coming out and saying, "I predict the Lakers will be in the playoffs next year," with how terrible they were last year.
Because of his son.
Because my son is on that team, they're going to be in the playoffs next year in a West that's filled with talent. So, good luck, buddy. I don't think so.
He's like the Rex. What the hell's his name? The old coach for the Jets.
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
Brain fart. He's like the Rex Ryan of fathers.
Here's the problem. Does his father and him have a good relationship? They must, right?
Who knows? You never know because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Of course, he's going to let his dad do all the talking up front. In his head, he's probably like, God, would you just shut
Would
up?
you imagine what's going to happen when he gets on the court with all these professionals? They're going to be like, yo, your dad's got to shut up.
Well,
Somebody's going to shut him up.
Well, there seems to be a thought process that goes on right now that now that he's on an NBA team, that the father is just like going to shut up.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
They're going to have
I don't
to
know
shut him
where
up.
they're coming up with this, but from what I've seen, and like this father is not going to shut up. Oh, my son's not getting the ball enough. You know, he's not passing to him enough. He needs more minutes on the floor.
Oh,
and this
God.
and that. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
That's
so
crazy.
why would you, as an NBA team, want this kind of baggage on your team? I mean, is the talent of Lonzo so good
Is he good? I've never seen him play.
that you?
I don't follow college basketball, so.
He's good. All right, don't get me wrong.
Well,
he's
he took him second,
great.
so he's got to be good.
He's a great talent. He's an all around good player.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, but my thing is like, does that baggage of that father warrant him having the status of having to be a number 2 pick?
Is it worth?
I don't know. If I'm the GM of the Lakers,
Okay.
I get it. I get why you drafted him. I think you're hoping that the father shuts up and just waits and sits in the stands and cheers and doesn't say anything.
Plus, a big part.
But it's not going to happen.
Plus, a big part is he played at UCLA, so he's automatically an LA star.
Let me counter that. Play devil's advocate. When I was in sales, your best salespeople were the ones that were the most annoying. That's where the phrase, you have to dance with the devil. So, obviously, he's probably they couldn't get their number 1 pick because they were number 1. They probably would have, if they were number 1, they probably would have picked somebody else.
Yeah, but dude,
They picked.
I don't know.
They picked a. Maybe.
I don't know. I think they zoned in on Lonzo Ball.
All right, but let's for argument's sake, they picked him, and I think, like you said, they're thinking, we got him, we can control the dad.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking, but come on. They launched a sneaker company before the son was even drafted, and the shoes are like $400.
What? I heard about that. That's why I heard about him. Who buys a $400 pair of sneaker? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You put it on.
It better
You walk outside.
It better
It gets
walk
dirty.
itself.
Yeah, they better walk for me. I better not have to use any muscles.
I want to know if anybody that's listening to us has purchased those sneakers. Take a picture. Tell me if you've walked in them, because I want to see if there's not a scuff mark on it.
I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's
Maybe not to your face.
$400? Are you out of your mind?
That's crazy.
$400.
It's insane.
Oh,
You better have like 1,000 thread sheets in the middle of that, like inside that shoe.
$400.
If
It better be like walking on Egyptian cotton.
If I had a kid, I'd smack him. I would.
I'll put it to you this way: if I was a millionaire and I really didn't care about money, I still wouldn't spend $400 on a pair of sneakers.
Were they? Oh, here's a question.
I didn't
How
even
did
like
they look?
them. I think they were ugly as hell.
I was just gonna ask you, did they even look cool?
No, I mean not to me. I'm not a sneaker crazy person. They do exist. I'm not one of them.
I remember when D Brown came out with the pumps.
Yeah, right. I mean, I have all whites that I keep white because I don't wear them out unless it's completely perfect outside weather-wise.
That sounded racist, but okay.
Oh, God. I won't wear them out of the house unless it's like 80 and sunny.
Oh, I got you.
That's why they still look good. But that's as crazy as I get. I won't spend over $100 on a shoe.
Don't you love walking in a mall real quick and you see people that are walking with brand new sneakers and every 5 seconds they're down there, they feel like it's dirty. So
Yeah.
like it's like you walk like 20 feet and then clean it. 30 feet, clean it.
Yeah.
40 feet.
You just want to
clean
run
it.
over and step on.
I want to do this so bad, but I don't want to get killed.
I'll just run up to them, step on their shoe, and they'll just take off.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, hey, well, let's see what happens.
Find a video clip with that.
Yeah,
That's for you.
no. No, for some reason, Dane Cook popped in my head when he said, I walked up to a little kid, I just smashed the ice cream cone into his face and says, you will remember me forever. Dane Cook, one of my favorites.
No, the one thing I want to do with them all is go in dressed as like in like a Bugs Bunny outfit during Easter and just spear the Easter Bunny right in front of
That's
him.
horrible.
That would be great. That would be amazing.
Give him the Superman punch there, Roman.
Yeah, oh my god. But could you imagine, though, those kids seeing Bugs Bunny beat up the Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Can we switch gears for a second?
No.
Okay, good talking to
No,
you.
go ahead. What?
Because I just said Roman Reigns. Can I talk about the pay-per-view?
Yeah, what are you asking me
Well,
for?
because I want to make sure that nobody's got any other things to talk about the NBA draft.
No, go ahead.
Beautiful. Let's talk about Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
All right. You didn't see it?
This is all you.
Okay. Don't worry.
YouTube.
Don't worry because what what I'm going to talk about, you can actually.
No, I will
comment.
have input on what you're
You will
talking
be able to. All right. Let's talk about the biggest thing. If anybody out there that's wrestling fans, here we go. Money in the Bank was this past week. Okay. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. There was a first time ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. 5 participants: Carmella, Tamina, Natalia, help me out, Randy, Becky Lynch, and one more.
Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank too.
Oh, that's
He
so
is
bad.
awful at helping you out with names.
Yeah, that's
he just
so-
sits there and looks at you.
I got
And he hears crickets in his head.
No, I got faces. I'm.
Well, describe the face. Go ahead. Anyway,
we'll get
there was
to
a
it, 'cause
fifth.
Oh, that's
contestant.
bad. This is so bad. Edit. Okay, so anyway.
Well, no, she must not have been that good.
No, I know.
She's
I know.
clearly not memorable.
Carmella, Natalia.
Tamina.
Oh,
It
Charlotte.
must
Charlotte.
end, does it
Charlotte.
end in an
Charlotte.
A?
Oh my god, how
Charlotte.
can we forget Charlotte?
I know. Well, I'm sorry, Charlotte. Call you later. So anyway, great match. Had some good spots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go right to the ending because I'm really ticked off about it. At the end, Carmella has a henchman. What do you want to call it? A person. His name is.
Ellsworth.
I want to make sure
Oh,
you know.
that one you know.
James Ellsworth. I knew I wanted to throw him on the spot. James Ellsworth, who is there, he's a lackey. He comes into the ring, climbs the ladder, while Becky Lynch is trying to grab the briefcase, pushes her off, then proceeds to climb the ladder, grab the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then throw it down to Carmella. She wins.
Because she couldn't climb a ladder on her own?
Well, it's not even that. This is a first time ever history-making
Match. Yes.
match,
I don't
and
know.
you allow
I
a
don't-
man to do it. I know
Yeah.
I sound like a weirdo right now by saying that, but it's the
No,
truth.
it's absolutely true. It's
And you know what? Let me
ridiculous.
tell you something. I'm watching this, and I'll let you get. I'm sorry. I know I'm
No.
going on a rant right now. I'm watching this, and for the first time, I'm trying to go on Twitter and letting everybody know that we're going to comment about this because Twitter blew up, and when I mean blew up, it went from trending 3 to number 1 in seconds, and people literally wrote.
But is that by design?
You know what? No,
Obviously-
it's not, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it's not by design. Because if for that to happen, and automatically McMahon had to tweet that there was something going to happen on SmackDown. Yes, it sounds like a way to send viewers. They were really, it backfired. This backfired. They were planned. Yes, he was planning to get the briefcase, but I don't think they planned on the backlash. Because let me tell you, the ratings for the show on Tuesday were only hyped up for the first 20 minutes, and then they made you wait longer because they didn't tell you what the outcome was going to be from Daniel Bryan. They lost viewers, which means people thought it was part of the whole. It's not. They lost major viewers on Tuesday. The ratings went right in the toilet. So I don't agree with it. So anyway, the outcome is, fast forward, they stole the briefcase. Well, not stole it. Daniel Bryan took the briefcase away from Carmella, basically saying that she should not have done it. Here's the dumb thing, ready? You hype up this main event, you put it on a pay-per-view, the pay-per-view happens, you do something wrong with the history match, yeah, guess what they're doing? A live Money in the Bank match the following week on live TV. Does that make any sense? Now that's for viewership.
I think that's.
But you're
I think
blowing
that's
it out
trying, that's them trying to fix their mistake.
Exactly, but here's the thing. You want people to pay for your pay-per-view. you don't. Yes, it's a great way to send a lot of viewers to a live show, and you get more people to watch. You couldn't save that till SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Who's
going to pay for a pay-per-view if you're going to show it live the next
yes,
week?
and you got to understand something. After WrestleMania, there is no other big event other than SummerSlam. I know I keep hitting the table. This is when I get mad. SummerSlam is the biggest event coming up. You have to hype up that show, considering the fact it's in New York. That's home turf, basically, for WWE. Barclays Center, which is the best wrestling fans since the Garden. It is unbelievable. And you're telling me you're not going to have a historical match? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I have a problem with that.
Because even if they do it by then, it's going to be cheapened because you've already seen it twice, you're saying.
Yeah, and I know wrestling. Listen, for the record, I know wrestling's fake. I know it's all predetermined. But I have a problem. Even if it was predetermined that they were going to go this route, they did it wrong.
But
that's
why?
Not
that's even worse that it's
my
written
thing is,
that way.
Yes.
the writers, right? Like, what are you thinking?
They're thinking we can't let a woman win this.
No, but that's
out
not
of the
it.
box, but that's not out of the box. That's not how you break.
It's so in the box, it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
But it's not though, because it's like not that it's not out of the box, but like you're hyping the women's matches. You know what I mean? Like it's a women's revolution. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're it's being hit every week.
It's an entire brand now.
Yeah, and SmackDown is doing it even more than Raw.
Oh yes.
It's like
they're doing like
this.
NXT.
We have the best women's division, bar none. And by doing this kind of match, like when you're sitting in that writing room and you're like, "Yay, let's have Ellsworth climb the ladder, grab the briefcase, and throw it down to Carmella."
Assuming they wrote it that way, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if it was written that way. I mean, excuse me. Assuming that they knew that the outcome was going to be this bad.
You mean the backlash?
They can't
the backlash. I'm sorry.
But what I meant by design was, if they plan that out to have viewers the following night, you know what I mean? Because they have the
48 hours later,
Tuesday. People are going to be like, now I got to see what happens with this, because this has never been done before in any Money in the Bank match. Nobody, outside person has ever went up the ladder and grabbed the suitcase and thrown it to somebody.
Now, let me explain why I don't think it was planned by design. And I just remembered I was going to say this, and I totally
You think the winner got hurt?
No. Ready for this? What happened? By the way, that was also how they started the pay-per-view, which I have a problem with too.
Oh, the first match.
It should not have been the first match. I'm sorry, it shouldn't have been, but whatever.
Because it's usually jobbers in the first match.
But here's what threw everybody off. After that happened, about 2 matches later, the WWE Women's title was up for grabs, where Naomi defended it against the Ravishing Lana. And in the middle of the match, Miss Money in the Bank comes out of nowhere, Carmella. And you're thinking she's going to cash in the Money in the Bank right there.
See, yeah, that was
and
cool.
she totally teased the crowd. She gives the briefcase and she goes, "No, I'm not going to do it." That was, I was like, oh, she's going to cash it in. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think it was predetermined. I think that when they saw the light up, because they are very keyed in on social media.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you would have saw the Twitter, it was like it was scary. It was almost like something tragic had happened. It was just like bang, 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 bang. I think they were like, go out there, pretend you're gonna. Let's see what they think if we're gonna. You know what I mean? And the place went nuts when she came down.
Yeah.
Because they're like, good. Let's
So we saved it.
Right. And I'm thinking, for like a second, I'm thinking she's gonna cash in and blow it. But then I'm thinking, you can't do that because you hyped up the whole briefcase and now it's all gone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just nothing makes sense to me and I have a feeling that I probably lose viewers on this one, but whoever's writing it, I just have this weird feeling that Stephanie McMahon is writing it because she's a writer.
Why would she not want the women to
because
win?
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Triple H is a genius, and I never thought I'd say that. But he is.
Well, he knows the industry.
If you watch NXT, that's the wrestling that we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I encourage you to watch it. I just watched the last 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. They have 2 or 3 women matches are main events.
Yeah.
Their matches, their entrances are exactly what we grew up with. There's a storyline. There's no pre-interviews. There's no backstage. Nothing. It is watching wrestling, and when the match is telling the story.
Because Hunter Hearst Helmsley knows what he's doing.
But here's what I understand. Why
isn't it translated?
I don't mean to. I'm really ranting.
It's fine.
Bailey is nowhere even near what she was on NXT. Now she's a huggable, Hulk Hogan, annoying character.
Yeah.
She was a wrestler. She's now this
she's a waste. She's a waste on Raw.
Well, the problem. This
It's a
is
waste.
the problem.
But look, Sasha Banks. Even Sasha Banks. They have her as almost like a manager now with somebody on 205. She's like walking down the aisle with somebody. These are people that they lit up the Barclays Center. Go on and watch their main events.
NXT, they lit it up. Yeah.
Now watch, ready? If you were to flip onto NXT like I just did, there were 4 matches. They had a triple threat elimination match. Unbelievable.
The problem
and
is
better than,
this is
than
the problem. NXT isn't the brand. That's the problem. If NXT was the brand, you'd see it in Raw and SmackDown, but it's not the brand. When they bring it over, like you said, somebody else is in control of that, not Triple H. They want that show to run how they want it to run.
I know, but it's so bad because here's a great example, man. When they're in NXT, you're watching greatness, and then all of a sudden they go to Raw, and it's all like it's all promotional.
Yeah, Raw's about mic skills. NXT sounds like it's about the wrestling.
It's horrible. You showcase them to be these professional athletes, and they're doing great. They get on Raw, and I'm excluding SmackDown because SmackDown still does it somewhat right, but Raw,
they don't know how to use them.
30 minutes. Listen, 3-hour show from 8 o'clock to 8:30. It's all talk. Can we have a match?
Talk and replays, and of whatever 20-minute segment happened, you see it 2 or 3 more times.
It's because Raw is supposed to be a soap opera, whereas NXT is actual sports athlete.
It is, but listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'm asking any professional women out there that's a wrestler, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, everybody, the whole division, I would love to speak with you because I would love to tell you that you guys are better than the way they're showcasing you. You ladies are a reason why women's wrestling is back. You're the reason why I watch wrestling. You're the reason why I think you should have your own show. I've said that. But for God's sakes, stop showcasing these women like they're puppets. Let them do a Stone Cold. Let them do their thing in the ring. Because, oh my God, if I have to watch another 6-minute women's title defense, 6 minutes, they're doing it again. Whereas other matches have been 10, 15. Yeah. Watch Raw. They're like, here we go again. 6-minute matches. 5-minute matches. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Yet you're giving, what do you call these? The fashion police. That's the dumbest segments. And you know that their ratings are huge?
That's why they do it.
It's dumb. It's not even wrestling. They're dressing up like Miami Vice.
I'm surprised it's actually SmackDown and not Raw. That's something Raw would do. I don't know why.
And now you know what's happening. The ratings are so bad. John Cena's coming back.
Yeah,
go figure. June on July 4th. Now, why do a brand split? And all of a sudden, John Cena's back, and he's a free agent. How's he a free agent? What did he get? When did he lose his status? He's a free agent, and they advertise it. John Cena returns July 4th.
Because they want him to show up on both shows.
And Big Show, this past show, yelled at Kurt Angle and says, "If you don't like, if you don't trust me." I guess he's being accused of attacking Enzo and Cass.
Oh, that was another.
And he goes, maybe I shouldn't be on your show anymore. All of a sudden, these hints are dropping
that they're going to be able to go between shows.
It's the dumbest thing.
Who the hell cares about the Big Show anymore?
Listen, it's annoying, man. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than seeing a wrestling event where you have so many titles again.
Let me tell you something about the Big Show though.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, he looks tall, in the best shape.
Yes.
Of his whole career.
Do you know why? Real quick, do you know why?
Yeah,
because he was supposed to face Shaq at WrestleMania, and they said that Shaq backed out. Not true. Shaq said that the WWE kept stringing him along, and they said that they couldn't put him on the show, and then last minute they said, we have more time, we're going to put you on the show, and then Shaq said no. So Big Show had gotten in shape for that match.
But he looks amazing. He looks phenomenal.
Better than he's ever looked.
Yeah, I'll say that.
He's got abs.
Get out of here.
He's got abs.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He never had that.
I'm sweating off of that rant.
You went in. You went deep.
No, I'm sorry.
Real quick. Enzo and Cass, the split.
I said I knew this was going to happen. I'm glad about it. I think it's great.
Okay. All right.
If you don't know, spoiler alert. We just said it anyway.
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass broke up. Again, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but McMahon has a big, hard, I will pause, because I like to swear, on 4 big dudes. And he's looking at Cass and he's saying, oh, this is going to be the next world champion.
And I'll tell you something.
And he's going to become the next champion.
The guy, he looks like Test. Remember Test?
Yeah, he was awful.
Yeah. He
looks, and Cass is not a great wrestler.
I mean, like almost a spitting image.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk. I've got a lot of rumors coming up. Rusev is ticked off because he wasn't given the title shot like steroid guy, Jinder Mahal. So Rusev is coming back. There's a big rumor that he's going to return and face Jinder Mahal. If not, he's facing Shane McMahon. They're trying everything they can to make SummerSlam this big show, and they're striking out. 1, Triple H is designed to face Kurt Angle. That's like 20 years too old.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
Kurt Angle can't wrestle.
Oh, and shocking. Mr. Part-Timer with the belt that I didn't even know existed anymore.
What belt?
Brock Lesnar's back.
Oh, the
for
Universal
one
title.
episode. We haven't seen the belt since WrestleMania.
Yeah, ridiculous.
What's the point of having a belt if you can't use it?
The Raw brand belt, like that.
That's like the flagship belt.
Yeah, the flagship belt.
Oh, and let me tell you, I gotta say something that's gonna drive you guys nuts. Did you watch the Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe match?
Yeah.
It was actually not bad.
No, it wasn't.
But that's because Samoa Joe carried him.
Same way the Undertaker.
But he had new moves.
Get out of here.
No,
he had some new moves.
And first time, listen, how many times did he have that match clean? A clean victory.
It was a clean loss for.
Well, a clean loss for Roman.
Well, it
Reigns.
was a clean match in general.
I'm sitting there watching it and going, if they're going to have Roman Reigns beat Samoa Joe in this match, why even bother having the match of Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
the point of it is
if Joe can't beat Reigns, how the hell is he going to beat Lesnar?
Just so you know, Samoa Joe tapped out Roman Reigns. Well, he knocked him out. And because
distracted by the return of Braun Strowman, yeah.
And this is another thing about wrestling.
Braun Strowman didn't do anything. All he did was like pop up on the screen, and it distracted Roman and
now
Samoa Joe.
Now he's going to fight him in an ambulance match. Right? Again, here's the problem with Raw and SmackDown. It's the same freaking matches. Oh my God. Now it's going to be
up with something new.
I don't know. And I could come up with matches right now that would blow everybody out of the water. Because for God's sakes, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler again. That was on SmackDown. It's like, oh my God. How about Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles?
No, you know what I would do? I would now the 4 major ones. I would cross brand. I would have them fight. I would throw like a Shinsuke Nakamura against Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Well, you know what they're hyping up? They're hyping up Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. And if you're a big wrestling fan, this has been a feud for over 10 years in Japan. That's going to be WrestleMania. Hands down. And if you saw that one spot where they looked at each other, I mean, you didn't get goosebumps. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And these guys have a feud. I can't wait for that fight. I cannot wait for it. All right, Heath. I don't want to wake you back up, and I don't want to lose the viewers.
Hey, Heath.
Talking about wrestling.
How's it going?
But if you're a wrestling fan, you know what? Do me a favor. Do us a favor. Excuse me. Take our account from Twitter. Send it out to the girls from the division. Let them know that we're talking about them. We want them on our show. I want to talk to somebody, and I want to find out why they're writing this material like way this.
Well, they're not going to be able to say anything.
These days, they'll do some shoots. There's some shoots. Oh yeah.
You think they'd risk a paycheck to?
It's not what you say. It's how you. It's how we ask the question. How do you feel about your the direction of your character? They'll say it.
How do you feel about being robbed in Money in the Bank? Do you think the WWE is willing to let women take any kind of prominence?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know if they'd answer that.
That was some of one of my rants.
You might have to word the questions a little differently.
Well, I mean, those are the answers you want, though. Otherwise, there's no point in even talking.
Listen. I like Bailey. I would straight up ask her. Listen, why is it that you're not wrestling like you did in NXT? Why are your matches under 8 minutes? Why are you this hugging, characteristic, like over the top cartoon
the problem
character?
Is, she can't say the truth and not face the wrath of Stephanie McMahon.
That's annoying. That's annoying.
And I mean on an actual business level, not like on the show. I mean, behind the scenes, she'd be like, I'm not saying Stephanie McMahon would listen to this, but she would listen to it because she's on it. Yeah. She would want to hear the interview. And she would hear her say, well, I don't think they're going to push the women because of da-da-da. Then Stephanie McMahon's going to be like, why are you bad-mouthing the brand?
Yeah. If I was writing this material, you have enough women. I'm telling you, there's more women in NXT. You have enough women for a tag team title division. You have enough women for even almost like an intercontinental title. You have enough women for a world title. They can do their own show. And when I say their own show, not a different time zone, 8 to 9 on Raw, women. I'm sorry.
We're going to put a pillow on the damn table.
8 to 9. 8 to 9, do all women.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, if you're going to make it 3 hours anyway.
It's boring.
So does NXT have pay-per-views?
Well, yeah. The weekends of the major pay-per-views, like, for example, SummerSlam, Saturday night they'll have a pay-per-view.
Well, they need to start doing their own
weekly
things.
live on Wednesdays.
All right, I get it, awesome. But they need to start doing pay-per-views offset from the WWE ones. Because because if you start seeing those numbers rise, you might start seeing things change on the actual
ratings
shows.
Are better.
I mean pay-per-views.
Oh, I don't know, but their ratings are better?
Yeah, but it's not going to change until they start seeing that money come in from the pay-per-views. If they see that the wrestling makes more money than the bullshit, they might actually switch
But they did, because that's how they got rated the first time. They rated their whole roster. The entire roster was rated after WrestleMania 2 years ago.
And then they destroyed them, you said.
Yeah, they're all destroyed. There's not one, except for what? Corbin?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only one. Who else? And then the women. There's really nobody else that has shown any spotlight. Enzo and Cass, they just split them up. I mean, who else? There's nobody. And now they have a whole fresh squad, and they're awesome. Even better than the last cast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with wrestling. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I'm sweating.
What you're passionate about.
Sweating. I can't take it anymore. They drive me nuts. Do something about it, folks. Holy cow. What we got?
Can you make that happen? I know you know people. Can you get one of these girls on? You know it would be even
Tommy
better.
Dreamer, man, if you're listening, we speak. I'm telling you, I would love Tommy Dreamer.
I get that. No, I absolutely want him on here. We don't even have to talk about wrestling. We can talk about sports.
Yeah, that's fine.
But my thing is, like, what might be better is to get a woman that's not in anymore. Yeah, there is what you're going to get the honesty.
Sure, Trish Stratus,
Lita, you get somebody like
Molly Holly.
Oh no, Lita's still. She's
not as much.
Does she? She does the comments.
She's a trainer.
Okay, yeah, so she's not gonna.
The performance center, I should say. She's a trainer.
Yeah. It has to be somebody that's separate from the league.
All right, I'll reach out. See what happens. That's all I can try. I can try. Can't guarantee anything, but
I have to read this tweet from the Sixers' Joel Embiid. I apologize if I butchered his last name, but it is hilarious, and it just happened during that whole rant. This is how I kept myself awake. He wrote, "Please dunk on him," talking about Lonzo, "so hard that his daddy runs on the court to save him."
Nice.
Oh, man. Everyone find that tweet and retweet it, please.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
I gotta see this guy. I gotta do it.
Here's my question, right? There are 121 free agents in the NBA.
Okay.
Including Paul Millsap, who I believe is picking up his player option. Derrick Rose, Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol turned down his player option because he wants to resign with the Spurs for less money. Chris Paul. These are just some of the players. Why are none of them
going to the Knicks?
No. I'm done with the Knicks. Why are none of them talking about going to Cleveland to play with LeBron? Why are none of them seeking less money to play with LeBron and get a title? None of them. You think that all these players would want to do it, right? You think that all of them would want to...
If they know LeBron's going to bounce in a year?
Well, that's the thing. You could just sign a one-year contract, too. You could sign a one-year contract for a few $1 million, get your ring, because you add another all-star to that. They might actually get a ring, and then bounce, like I said last episode. But you don't hear any of these players talking to the Cavs. The Cavs are talking about trading for people. No one's going there. If LeBron's such a great player, why are none of these players flocking to Cleveland? I'm telling you, it's because they don't want to play with him. It has to be it. Why else would you not want to go there? It's already built for a championship. They wouldn't even have to trade anybody away if somebody's willing to take less money in order to just be there for one season and take a title. No one's going there. There has to be a reason.
Maybe if you're a veteran and you wanted to take a shot out there, but I mean, you got Kyrie. You're not starting over Kyrie Irving. You're not starting over LeBron. And now I mean they have Love. You're not starting over Love.
No, anybody can start over Love. Paul Millsap could start over Love in a heartbeat. He's a glorified three-point shooter now. That's all he is. But the team is built to go deep in the playoffs. Why is no one going there? That's my question. Because you got Vince Carter, who, yes, is on the back end of his career. He's willing to take league minimum, most likely, but he's already expressed he's willing to take a pay cut to go play with the Warriors. You have players willing to do that. Players willing to go to Houston. Players willing to take pay cuts to go to the Spurs. But you do not have players expressing the fact that they'll take a pay cut to go play with LeBron. He's supposed to be the best. Why doesn't anybody want to go play with him?
I think we touched base on this answer.
No, you gave an answer last time.
I'm going to reiterate it just in case. I think it's almost like the gentleman's father. Why would you want to get yourself? If I'm the athlete, I wouldn't want to be involved with the baggage that comes with him.
No, I get that. I do.
But then again, if I'm a guy that's never had a ring,
exactly,
and let's do two versions. If I'm a guy that's Porzingis, 22, would I want to go to his team now? Or
well, he's not a free agent, but
I'm just saying. I'm talking about a good player, 22 years old. If you're that person, would you want to go to that team, knowing you can actually win a championship that young, or is it going to be more like a Vince Carter, just to give it a name, that's at his prime, way past his prime, let's say, somewhat, and he needs that ring. I'm just saying.
But let's say Paul Gasol is willing to take a pay cut and stay with the Spurs, right? He could take that same pay cut and play with LeBron. He could start at center for Cleveland or power forward for Cleveland, but he's not doing it. He's willing to stay with the Spurs, who are basically dismantling their team, looking to trade players to get younger. So that's my question. I wish I was in that locker room to see what it's like. Why don't players want to go there? Chris Paul could go there, run a point, move Kyrie to the shooting guard. You got LeBron at small forward, Kevin Love at power forward. That's a stacked-ass team. They could take on the Warriors, but Chris Paul's not going there.
What do you think it is?
I don't think he's a good teammate. I don't. Yeah, you got to deal with the hype, but the problem with that argument is all the hype is focused on LeBron.
When you say good teammate, give me an example. I mean,
well, look at how much fun Durant, Curry, and Thompson have playing together.
Because it looked like he was a good teammate in Miami.
No, because I already said they look like three All-Stars, but they didn't look like a cohesive unit.
On the floor,
like three great players.
On the floor they didn't, but they looked like they had fun off the court. Off the court.
Well, you're winning.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to figure.
No, I get it, but that's my thing.
I just think you don't know. You really don't know what his character is off the floor. I mean, off the court, dealing with him. You know what I mean? Maybe you would get that playing with him on the court. You know what I mean? He's a phenomenal player, like I said. But maybe you have a point that they really don't like the off the field antics.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to go. Maybe Chris Paul doesn't want to go to Cleveland because he knows when it comes down to it, LeBron's going to make him take that shot. Not saying Chris Paul doesn't want that, but you don't know. I mean, LeBron's not going to take it.
I think it might be a combination too. It might you might be talking about if Chris Paul, just for example, if he decides to go there, he's not the number 2 guy. He's not the number 3 guy. He's the number, you know what I mean? He could be fourth one down.
He'd be 2 behind LeBron just because he is. He's been a perennial All-Star for however many seasons. He's a great player.
I don't know.
He's better.
I don't know if he would take over Irving though.
He's a better point guard than Irving. That's a fact.
No, I meant well, now that LeBron passes the ball off, he doesn't want to take the winning shot. You know what I mean? So, like I said. First off is LeBron, then Kyrie, and then Paul. You know what I mean? Do you want to put yourself in a situation where your third option on the team.
I don't know if he feels that way because you look at the Clippers now, and it's it's Blake Griffin, him, and DeAndre Jordan to a certain extent, but the Clippers were trying to get Carmelo Anthony. Chris Paul wanted Anthony on that team. He wouldn't have been 2 or 3 if it was Blake Griffin, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul. I mean, maybe he would have, but it would have been the same situation. You would have had 3 great players. You know what I mean? And he would have fallen in with that group. I'm telling you, there has to be something with LeBron if people don't want to go play there.
I'm not an athlete, okay?
Get the shit out.
I'm not an athlete. I'm not an athlete. But maybe this is going to be... I'm going to give you a really weird scenario. Like, I don't know.
Okay, aliens involved?
This is going to be weird. The only way I can relate it to is when I was in sales. And when I was in sales, we had a division that we were number 1 in our division.
Okay.
Okay, meaning we annihilated the whole division. We were the best sales branch ever.
Okay.
It got to the point where it was too easy, and it became boring.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a different branch because I wanted the challenge. Do you think it's possible that a Chris Paul doesn't want to go to a team where he thinks that if he goes there they can win, but more or less want to be on a team where he can make a difference and win a championship?
I see the argument.
Is that a possibility?
I see the argument.
Does that make sense?
No, I get the argument,
Okay.
but the only 2 teams he's talking to are perennial playoff teams that go deep in the playoffs, Rockets and Spurs. Those are the only 2 teams he's talking
But
to.
of the Rockets, Spurs, and Cleveland and Golden State, how would you rank? Who's the likelihood to win it all?
Well, I mean, the Rockets are going after like 4 people. They could end up the best out of all 4.
Assuming that it started today, though, this season.
No, I get what you're saying, but also at his age, because I believe he's early 30s. You know what I mean? So he's almost past his prime.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying he's almost past his prime. Athletes age differently. They're like
No.
dogs. It's every 7
Yeah,
years.
but put it to you this way: there's only 2 teams that's coming out of the East next year, possibly, which is Boston or Cleveland. That's it. That's the only
Especially
team.
See, that's so sad that
especially
we
if
have to
Boston
say
gets
that.
Porzingis.
You said this in the last show. It's sad that if you're like Milwaukee, it's like, why bother going to see your team? Like the Knicks, why bother?
No,
why
it's
bother?
pointless.
Why would I want to sit through a 2-hour match?
Why are you going to go spend $150 to watch a team that can't possibly go anywhere?
That's sad. That's
It's
sad.
really sad.
Whereas it was, like a decade and a half ago, it was like you had the possibility of other teams, going and reaching the playoffs and possibly winning a championship. You had, Utah had, a few good years, and you had, when Seattle had the Sonics,
was good. Yeah.
the Phoenix Suns were amazing when they were that run and gun shooting team. They were the ones that were scoring 120 and 130 points.
Even before that, when they had Barkley and Marley.
Yeah.
I wish the NBA was like the college, like the 16, tournament.
Where every team has a chance.
Oh,
That's what
the
it should be
Cinderella
like,
story
but it can't be like that anymore, and it never will be again. Maybe after these athletes leave, maybe after this generation leaves, but if Westbrook leaves Oklahoma next year, where's that team? What's the point of watching that team? If he leaves it,
Yeah, you're right.
you know what I mean? He's all they have, and there's so many teams like that. And
You think Westbrook is upset now?
a lot of teams,
Durant's got a ring?
a lot of teams, they don't have the picks to do it like Boston's done it.
Yeah.
It's going to take another 10 years for some of these teams to do that. The Sixers have tried it. Everybody they draft ends up injured. So who knows how long the Sixers are going to end up doing anything. You know what I mean? They got another first-round pick, or number 1 pick, and who knows. Timberwolves got Butler to join Stein at center.
Wiggins.
And Wiggins, yeah. So the Wolves look good. Yet another team in the West that looks good. Yeah, I mean, even Toronto's not going to be that good coming out of the East because now Kyle Lowry said he's refusing to sign there. So they have one good
My
player
God,
now.
everybody's just like up and rooting, huh?
Lowry's going to end up on...
Why even buy a jersey?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, that exactly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Why buy a
you know how
jersey?
many Knicks fans are pissed right now? They all spent money on Porzingis jerseys thinking he's going to be there for at least 4 years. It looks like he might not even last 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't invest money in a basketball jersey
No, that's
right now.
see, that's another great thing. Back in the day when we were kids, you could buy a Kobe Bryant jersey and know he's going to be on the Lakers his entire career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could buy a Patrick Ewing jersey and know he's going to be a Knick from beginning to end. Jordan, Pippen, all these guys. You can buy their jerseys, Duncan, and know this is where they're going to be. And this jersey's not going to be fucking pointless in a month. You know what I mean? It's annoying. I'm surprised people buy jerseys now. I really am. The only
I buy my baseball jerseys.
well, baseball is
but
different.
I buy franchise players that I really like.
Exactly.
Even if I know they're going to be gone, like I'll wear a jersey.
Well, I mean,
unless they're a Yankee that comes to the Mets.
Look at the Mets, for example. David Wright.
I have tons of right jerseys.
Yeah, exactly. But he hasn't been the greatest player in a long time. No. But he's not going anywhere. He's a Met.
Yeah.
And he's a franchise player. You can buy the jersey and feel confident he's going to be there. Yeah. The NFL used to be the same way too. That now people are jumping ship left and right.
It's no fun anymore. Like you can't even play video games. You forget what team is. You remember back in the day when you actually made your own team, you couldn't even find your player.
Basketball right now. What player do you see in the NBA right now that will finish his career on the same team that he's on right now?
Donnie Darko. Watch the Wonder Woman
in the NBA
episode.
right now.
Yep. Watch the Wonder Woman.
I'm going to see if you can come up with the same player that I have in my mind right now.
Repeat the question because I totally.
What player in the NBA right now do you see staying with that team for the rest of his career?
You can't say rest of the career because it's not going to happen. It's just not. To say for
most
at least
likely
10 or 12 years, Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Steph Curry.
that's what I have in my mind.
It's
right
the
now.
only player. That's sad.
But
out of how many players, that's the only one.
Well, you hear the word franchise. That's the first person that comes.
Exactly.
To mind.
He's the only franchise player in the league right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean Thompson to a certain extent, but he's nowhere near Curry.
Here's something that is now I'm really going to look like a moron. How funny would it be if neither of these stacked teams make the playoffs next year? Make the final. Make the finals. Make the finals. How great would that be?
The only way that'll happen is an injury.
I'm just saying. Let's just say hypothetically. No, let's say it. Let's just say that a Cinderella story happens.
That's not going to happen.
It's possible.
You can't. It's not college.
It's possible.
No, it's not possible.
It's possible.
It is not possible.
Like barring injury, there isn't a team.
It's not possible.
That's going to knock off the Warriors now.
Aaron Judge is hitting home runs, and that's because he's on steroids, so it's possible.
What did that have to do with anything? There's nobody
just wanted to bring that up again.
Barring injury, there's nobody that can beat the Warriors, especially if now they get an old-ass Vince Carter, but he's still good.
Because that stinks. That's an injury.
And then Cleveland might be able to get knocked off, but the East is so bad. You might as well just put them in the finals now.
Of the two teams that you think are stacked in the East, which is Boston and
Boston's not stacked. They're just a really good young team,
winning team. What is the closest team that could possibly, on a fluke, win? Seattle Supersonics were the number one team at one time back in '93, and they got swept. Remember? Seattle Supersonics had like the best record in the NBA, and they got swept in the playoffs. Do you remember that year?
Weren't they swept by the Bulls, though?
No. The Bulls won in 6 in '96.
So, what are you talking about?
My point is that it's happened before.
You mean earlier in the playoffs?
Yes.
What was
a
it,
good
Denver?
team has been knocked off.
Denver beat them, yeah.
They had the best record in the NBA, and they got swept. First round.
That's a totally different team.
But I'm just saying.
But
it's plausible.
It's not. It's not though. No. Because this is the wait. Let me finish. Because this is the problem with that correlation. Because the Sonics had no offensive players whatsoever.
How were they number one at that time?
Because their defense was amazing. Okay. But you find a team that can outscore them even a little bit, they were done. All Gary Payton was an amazing player, but he was defense. Sean Kemp was a great player, but he could dunk, and that was pretty much all he had. He was defense. Yeah. Detlef Schrempf was like their best offensive player. If you stop him, Denver was not a good team, but they beat him. Okay. It was two defensive teams going at it.
It was still an upset, though.
No, it was. It was great. But the problem is there's so many weapons on Golden State.
All right, so
you have to score 150 points to beat this team.
All right, so back to the original question. Give me somebody out of the East, aside from the Boston Celtics, and
that could beat
and
Cleveland.
Cavaliers, that could possibly...
besides them?
Besides Cleveland and Boston, who's the only team that has the possibility...
See, my answer was Boston if they get Porzingis, but if I can't say Boston, there's no one.
You're telling me there's no other team in the East?
Fluke maybe. Fluke Washington. A fluke.
Well, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just curious.
Well, put it this way.
That sucks. You can't even think of a
but if
team.
John Wall doesn't have an amazing series, there's no chance.
That's what I mean. I mean, you're talking like
bad?
you're talking like single digit percentage.
So you're telling
put
me
it this way.
Boston and Cleveland are the only two that are going to make it this year.
Put it this way.
If
you didn't wait.
Pencil it in.
If you didn't have to have eight teams from the East and 8 teams from the West, if you just did the top 16 teams, the only 2 teams from the East would be Cleveland and Boston. Watch.
That's sad.
Because watch all the records in the West that are better.
Okay, who's 1 and 2? Are they both 1 and 2?
What?
You know how they rate them?
It'd be Cleveland
So
1, Boston 2.
Okay, because I know
But I don't think either one would be in the top 10 if you factored it in being top 16.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
The East is that bad, and that's why Cleveland keeps going. It's not because LeBron is amazing. It's because they just happen to be the best team in the
He doesn't put
in
them in
East.
the top 10, but I would probably put them probably around like the 6th or 7th best team overall. I mean, the first 5 or 6 are going to all come out of the West.
Yeah, if the Rockets get any of the guys they're going after.
That's really sad, guys.
The Spurs always.
Yeah, you're talking Rockets, you're talking Spurs.
Now
you're
the
talking,
Timberwolves that look
You
really
remember back
good.
in the day when we were younger, you know, I think I said this
Portland.
once. On a Sunday, you'd have a triple
I was going to tell you Chicago until they got rid of Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
okay? But now they got rid of Jimmy Butler.
Dude,
so I'm like...
how upset must Dwayne Wade be?
Yeah.
After he just accepted the player option, they trade away the best player on the team. How shitty is that gotta
Absolutely
feel?
awful.
And how long is he on there for?
Another season, I believe. But still, you've wasted a year of your career now.
And you left the team that loved you.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the Miami's fault. They drove him away. But still, 2 days after he accepts the player option, they trade away Jimmy Butler. That sucks.
You got to sit there
You
and
don't
go...
think he didn't know?
No, he had no idea. Because the trade
Why would
talks
you-
didn't start till after.
That's horrible. That's
You would
not
never
loyal
have
to your
signed that.
player.
You would have
Chicago
never
even-
have signed that.
No.
You would never have agreed to that, knowing Jimmy Butler was going to
Yeah,
go.
absolutely. And
No way.
Chicago was just saying that Jimmy Butler was off the table. Now, 2
So they
days
did
later,
that on
you trade him.
purpose.
Probably to get because they wanted one.
And you can't you can't go back.
I don't know if he had to have officially signed it. He had to have.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd be a free agent right
I mean, other than a physical not going through, I don't see.
Yeah,
a
he better
trade.
go break a leg or something. Shoot him in the foot like going to Vietnam. I'm just saying.
That's
Like,
horrible.
yeah,
That's the
well,
that's the
thing,
that's
you-
the NBA now. So that's the one of the problems that we're facing
What's
now.
the point of playing for an organization that's not going to back you?
Well, here's the problem.
Or do right for you.
If they let Dwayne Wade know that they were going to be shopping Butler,
He would've
Dwayne
left.
Wade would have left. Now you have no marquee player to get ticket sales.
Yeah, but I understand that. But my
But
God,
that's why
now
they-
you got a pissed off player.
No, exactly. But that's why they did it so shady. That's
Yeah.
why they did him
No,
dirty.
and I
like
understand that, but it doesn't help you long term. Now you got a guy on the court that's pissed.
that. No, he's going to demand a trade. Absolutely.
So what are you really doing?
Because he's going to demand a trade, and the Bulls are going to
understand.
get something for
I
him.
know. Just
That's the problem.
That's stupid. The whole thing is.
I mean, he's not going to get a lot back in return because they have no, again like the Knicks, they would have no leverage.
yeah. All right.
But
Listen, it is what it is. What do you think? We ready for our rants?
yeah,
All right. I went first last time, so I'm not going first this time because my rant may run a little long.
all right. So Randy can start.
How do you start?
No, you start. You don't have one, do you?
Don't put me on the spot right now.
I can go if you really want me to
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go.
You start.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let it be known that I've started my first rant twice now. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I think we all know where I'm going with this.
No, I have no idea.
You really don't
Honestly,
know?
I really don't know.
All right. WWE.
I knew it.
Here we go. Right off the cuff. Wrestling has not been the same since the day they instituted a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. Since 1996, when the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars began, we had two organizations that fought neck and neck for ratings, supremacy, and the one elite at the time, wrestling show, WCW, had consistently beaten the WWE for 80 some odd, consecutive weeks. What did they do wrong? One, they had a 3-hour show. That failed. Two, they had too many pay-per-views. That failed them. Three, they had amazing talent that they didn't push the right way. That failed them. WWE 2017, they have a 3-hour show. It's not working. They have a women's division. They have plenty of new stars. They're not pushing them because they're pushing people that they feel is the best. That's failing them. And three, for God's sakes, if you're going to put a pay-per-view, because they're not going to eliminate the pay-per-views, give us matches that actually are new and extend these storylines so that they are longer and not ending within a matter of days or weeks. Let them last long enough that we can feel that there's hatred. And for God's sakes, if you're going to write a story, make sure you write it so that you can really feel what the character is bringing to the table. With that being said, I'm not happy with the brand split. I'm not happy that a part-timer has a belt that's supposed to be prestige, which, by the way, the title called Universal is ridiculous because I never heard of a Universal Champion. And 3, do something with the real players in an industry that have gone to bat for you. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Corbin. These are people that are paving the way, and you're not doing anything with them. Instead, you're pushing people like Roman Reigns because they have a third-generation background, and the man cannot wrestle. Take him in the back.
Oh, what?
Bring him to the woodshed.
Take him in the back. Revamp him. Put a mask on him. Do something. Or for God's sakes, get him somebody else to talk for him.
Make him Kane's brother.
Because it is just ridiculous. That's my rant.
If you're still not ready, I can go.
No, my rant is it's something that it's been brewing for a while, and I'll get it out now.
You were letting it all out before the show.
No, I'll get it out now.
That's what I was gonna say. It's coming out of his butt.
See,
Yeah,
even the dog agreed.
Even he's
Yeah.
like,
Even
no,
the dog.
I got a sensitive ass nose.
Baseball review. Okay.
Oh,
Umpires going to the video to reverse or keep the call.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening more and more. If you're actually sitting there watching a baseball game, okay, where they're going to the video monitor to try to get the call correct, okay. If you're gonna install this in the baseball game, have an umpire sit up in a booth, have all the TVs and all the cameras around him so he can watch the game.
so it's a 2-second thing.
Right? Have an earpiece in the umpire calling the game behind the plate, who's the one that's running all the other umpires. Have them go to the guy in the booth and say, did we get the call correct? If you're wondering if that call needs to be challenged or not, right? Have another umpire there in a booth watching the monitors, watching all the cameras, okay? To take 5 minutes to find out if a call is correct is ridiculous. You're complaining about the length of the game, right? This is one of the ways you could take the length out of the game, right? Put an umpire in there. Okay, yeah, you know what? You kind of missed this call. This is the correct call, right? That's it. What does that take? 2 seconds? Done. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit there and do like the NFL does, where you have to come together and you have to look at the monitor and this and that. It's bullshit, right? I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of, what is the process? When can a manager challenge? You can't challenge balls and strikes, but you can challenge different play. There's no concise direction on what recalls, replays, whatever it is, okay, in baseball. They do not have a plan. And I'm like really, really tired of it. Okay? Put a 5th umpire on the field. Put him in the box. Okay? Let him watch all the cameras, and then he can put the little notes in his earpiece.
Put Baby
right?
in a corner.
Yeah, I'll put him in a corner. Right? I'm done of the replays. Alright, you're gonna institute it, please put a 5th umpire on the field.
Can I just ask one question about that?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you ask?
I'm trying to be polite.
It's what he does.
But I know, but you
It's
look
what
at
he
me
does.
like I'm the boss. Like if I say, nah.
Well, because you were going to be next, I didn't want to stop
No,
your
it's fine.
rant from starting. Would you agree that they put this rule in effect only for the playoffs and World Series? Because that's what I think it should be used. And I understand that this could affect, other games could affect them getting into the playoffs. But I believe that it's when in September the call-ups come up.
Right.
I think that's when they should start instituting that rule. Or put it in the playoffs and World Series.
It totally negates the point. If you put an extra umpire in one of the high rise
with the same rule that you're saying,
No.
adding the 5th umpire.
But my thing is what
Fucking
in his eye.
Jesus.
All you saw was a
Christ.
waving, snap.
Fuck.
The little gnats, they go right for your eye, right?
Jesus Christ. But they get between my eye and the glasses, and it's really annoying.
Again.
It's like they're stuck in a window. They just keep flying into it.
So you don't agree? Playoffs. It's all about...
Just in general. Put the fifth umpire in the booth.
But
Problem solved.
But don't they have... The purpose of the way it works is there's somebody in New York that is in a room with multiple TVs. They review it. And the reason why it takes a few minutes is because they're on standby and they're not watching that particular game. They've got to
That's the point.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Why are they in New York? Go have a fifth umpire at every game. What are you trying to save money? Come on. You know what I mean? It's dumb. It's so dumb. And I don't know. I have no idea why they don't do that. It's an easy fix. Okay? You don't need to have them go, the umpires go under the cloak, and sit there and watch the monitor and you're waiting for them to review the call. Come on.
Was it Joe Torre? He's the one in charge of that?
Yeah.
Joe Torre, reach out to us. We'd like to know why.
So stupid.
That. Okay, that was your rant?
Yeah. Very angry rant. Sorry.
Yeah, man. He's going to fart or do something.
No.
Ticked off.
Please. He's been
Scary.
stewing.
You alright?
Yeah.
Well, he's actually standing up.
Yeah, I know.
I'm afraid he's going to hit somebody.
Scaring me.
You know what's funny?
He's going to do a drive-by.
You know what makes me laugh? He got so mad when he stood up, I thought he was going to go postal.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm pulling out the Wolverine claws.
All right. We were debating on whether to read our new review that we got from a listener because a certain person's head might get too big, but he's left the room, so I'll take the advantage of that and read it now. There's a 5-star review from the user Christina Jess.
Rigged. It's rigged. This whole thing's rigged.
I don't know. But either way. She says, excellent. This might actually be Randy writing it under someone else's name. But it says, nice to hear Randy's voice again. Love him.
I would love to know which episode she watched, because if you watch the Woman to Woman one, he never even spoke.
Or listen.
Yeah,
Damn
he's
it.
saying watch. You know what? I don't have cable, so I wish I could watch it. That's why. All right, the one that you... I don't get it.
I don't know.
Maybe she likes his voice.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
Hey,
he's in
if
trouble.
more women like Randy's voice and want to leave us a review, bring it. Please.
Maybe
by all means. They could all say Randy, as long as they're 5 stars.
Maybe it's the volleyball girl. You never know.
Oh, yeah, the mystery girl. Well,
Yeah.
I said her name, so
No, you didn't
it's
say
not
it.
her. I said Christina Jess.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's that person.
Yeah, you didn't know. Man.
Could be
That's it.
Randy Jess.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right, so
Anyway, so that was that. But my rant isn't so much a rant as like last week you had a positive one. I have a positive one. I would like everybody to support this Big 3 league that's starting. Actually, I thought it was next year, but it's starting in June. Later this month.
awesome.
The reason I want to support it, and usually leagues like this don't take off, like the XFL was a great example. That was horrible.
I loved it.
I mean, I went to one live because
did?
my manager took me to a live one.
You did?
I had
the Hitman?
dude, I had the best manager ever, and he took me and my friend Andy with a bunch of his college buddies to an XFL game, and they all were drinking Jack before the game. But dude, the game was awful. The girls, amazing. But the best part about the whole thing was just a fight breaking out in the crowd. The fights were everywhere.
Really?
All over the stadium. Because the game was so bad, nobody wanted to watch it. So people just fighting. Like, one dude right next to us, like, literally on the steps next to our seats. It was Andy on the end, and then me. One guy's coming down with nachos. One guy's going up, and they won't move. They refuse to move out of each other's way.
And that
So the
caused
guy
a fight.
coming up knocks the nachos out of the other dude's hand. They're fighting right in front of us. My manager's like 3 seats over. He's like big Italian dude. He's trying to swing at the fight over us.
Really?
To hit somebody because he's drunk.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! But it was a mess.
There was the Hitman, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
team?
yeah.
Perfect name for the game.
No, absolutely.
Hitman.
But no one gave a shit about the game going on the field. It was all fights all over the stadium. That's what binoculars were between the girls, the cheerleaders, and the fights around the stadium.
I just like the way they used to get access to the ball. You know, they would have to run. Chase.
Oh yeah, no, that's much better than a kickoff. I agree. But
Sorry.
anyway,
Sorry,
so
yeah.
normally these little side leagues don't last. But the reason I want the Big 3 league to last is because it gives players life after their career in the NBA. Because most of these guys can only play till their mid-30s. You know what I mean? But then they go to this big league play, which is 3-on-3, and they can play for another decade, if not more. You don't have to be fast to play really good 3-on-3 basketball. You know what I mean? You can just be good at the game. And it's bringing back a lot of players I think we want to see. And it also shows these kids that are growing up with this generation of basketball a whole nother generation of basketball. They're going to be unselfish. You're going to see a lot more passing the ball. You know what I mean? You're going to see players playing basketball how it's intended to be played for the love of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the best part about this league. Michael Jordan could come play in this league.
I don't know what's going to happen.
No, I'm not saying it would, because awesome. He'd cost too much to get in there. But he could. And he could run the court still.
That's kind of cool.
Even in his 50s. He would still be amazing. Because all you have to do is, he's, like we were talking, we were watching the Iverson video, because Allen Iverson's going to be in it. They still have that shot. You know what I mean? The shot doesn't change. It's like riding a bike. You still have that motion. It's so ingrained in them from doing it their whole lives. They're still going to hit these shots.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson's still going to have his crossover. This isn't stuff that you lose. It just might move at a little slower pace. You know what I mean?
Definitely going to be cool, though.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like, I get to see Latrell Sprewell play again. That's awesome.
You like Latrell, huh?
Dude, he was one of my... At that team of Knicks...
I like them.
He likes the choker.
Yeah, that team of Knicks, anybody that chokes hey, I would choke PJ Carlesimo too. His voice is annoying. Anyway, but no, that team, he was my favorite player because he reminded me of like Oakley. He played with heart. He ran up and down that court at 120 miles per hour every single time. He played defense. He would fly to the rim without abandon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was amazing.
He get hyped too.
I want to see Shaq in the 3-on-3 league.
Nah, that'd be boring.
He's too big.
That'd be boring as fuck. That'd be just as boring as watching him in a regular basketball game.
Or in his commercials.
Yeah. Dude, he's too big. Especially now. He's like 350, 400 pounds.
You know, I'm surprised the NBA never had... I'm sorry, you done with your rant?
No, go ahead. That's fine.
I'm surprised the NBA doesn't have like a streaming device where you can go and watch all the old games and stuff. That'd be kind of... Like, you know what I mean? Like a library?
Network?
Oh, like the WWE network.
Yeah, that would be...
They don't have an NBA
they haven't done
network?
that. I'm surprised the MLB...
They do, but they don't have... They don't... You can't stream the old games.
Because the NFL network shows old games.
They do. They're phenomenal. It's awesome. I just... When you said
Dude,
that...
I would watch old games of basketball.
Oh, man,
like
I would
old Knicks,
Pacers?
Knicks Pacers,
Oh,
Knicks Bulls. Since I can't watch the Knicks now, I would just watch that.
And
then people would be talking about the current shit, and I'd be like, yeah, but did you see that game last night with John Starks? He was amazing. When he headbutt Reggie Miller, did you see that? And they'll be like, what are you talking about?
Watch the 30-30. Did you ever see the 30-30
No.
on ESPN?
Of the old Knicks? Of the 90s Knicks?
Of Reggie Miller.
Oh, okay.
You never saw that?
No.
Oh, watch it. It's crazy.
I hate him with a passion, but I'll watch it.
You know what? You'll have a little bit more of just a little bit of respect for him because of what he says about New York.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
Oh,
everybody loves playing. Everybody loves New York.
Of course. And second, they have one for the XFL as well.
Oh.
And you'd be surprised the stuff that never made it and why it didn't do well.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I'm sure they probably say things to say it, but there's a lot of stuff that happened.
I had something I was going to say when you were going into that 30 thing.
You're talking about watching games, and you said John Starks was shooting. Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah. No. I know, but damn it.
Well, while you think about
Damn
that,
it.
think. The XFL. He said he didn't like it.
No, it wasn't that. I didn't say I didn't like it.
Okay.
The games were just bad.
Yeah,
the games were bad.
But you want to know something that's really bad?
He hated me?
The games got... Oh, I loved him.
You're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, I just love the whole... And I'll say it, wrestling aspect of it. The whole comment. I also loved when they were about to make the plays, you could hear everything. When they were calling the plays.
Oh, yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Oh,
I learned about football
because
because
they were all
of that.
mic'd up, you mean?
They had ideas that would translate well
Guess
into
what?
the NFL.
On the 30-30, you know that the reason why that camera that's in the middle of the field, that was because of the XFL.
Yeah.
It's amazing the stuff that the XFL made, oh man, I watched it. I love it. I love the XFL.
Because they know how to do entertainment.
What they screwed up with the
least at the
XFL,
time.
aside from a lot of things, McMahon should have never came out and said, "This is the XFL."
Oh yeah, because you made it a joke.
They should have never used The Rock, to open up the show.
Yeah.
They were trying to use WWE fans,
Yeah.
and that's what killed it.
Yeah. If they just focus on the players.
Yeah. Listen, Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler called the game, and it was actually good.
Yeah.
They did a very good job calling games.
Well,
Ross
is a play-by-play person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
it's just interchangeable with the sports.
Sorry, I
Really
didn't
doesn't
interrupt you
matter.
there.
Nah, I can't get it back. It was good shit too. Damn.
3-on-3.
No. It was past that. It was Knicks Pacers shit, but I can't.
You said, "Oh, the headbutt." You talked about the headbutt.
Well, no, I mean like that was great. Like
How do you not remember?
I don't know, because you started off on some whole new shit.
Let's rewind it.
Yeah, let's go back and listen right now.
We'll be right back.
But no. Fuck. I'll try to remember for next week.
Man, I feel bad now.
You should.
All right. All right. So we're done, right?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, take us out.
All right. Well, listen. Great episode. I think it'll be good. I think everybody should really take the time to look at a lot of the other episodes. If you're just joining us and this is your first ever show, which is episode 7, take a look back because obviously we've had 7 episodes. But we also have a
Plus
new
the bonus.
feature called the Off the Field, which is where we're reviewing Wonder Woman. I suggest you take a look at that because a lot of the jokes that came from today came from that episode as well. We'll leave you with this: iTunes. Make sure you download it. Make sure you get a review out. There's a 5-star rating. You can do 3, 2, whatever.
And you don't even have to write anything. You can just be stars.
That's it, because that's going to help us out. Twitter. We have a Twitter account. It's at WeMayRant. Email WeMayRant@gmail.com. That's Cody. And we have Spreaker. That's a free app for those that don't have access to iTunes. Take a look at that. And YouTube. We have availability for you to go on YouTube. And everything you're hearing, you can view it. Not us, but there'll be pictures that culminate, with what we talk about.
Don't forget to check out Broken Witt Rebels on Spotify. They are our official theme song now.
And if you I'll repeat it. If you guys purchase it, send them a link. Send us a picture that you purchased it. I will make sure we get something out to the fan base out there. We'll do something a little bit, give back to the fan. How about
absolutely.
that?
Absolutely.
Definitely. All right, cool. So listen, we're out of here. It's time to go. It's getting late.
I do want to say one other thing. We do have another bonus episode coming up.
Ooh.
It's about what we consider heroes, who we consider heroes, who we feel should be heroes, what makes a hero. So definitely stay and check that out. It'll be on the feed, hopefully early next week.
Nice. All right, so we're out of here. Guys, have a good week. Have a good rant. This is Angel for Randy and for Heath. Have a good day.
God
Don't
damn
forget.
it!
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
I wasn't
Could
done.
you tell that?
No.
No, I said I was going to say have a good day and don't forget. You didn't give me a chance.
All right, go ahead.
No, you just ruined the whole thing.
No.
You didn't
go
finish
ahead.
it.
Finish it.
Go ahead. We're only human.
If they can't see me, then I'm looking at you both with disgust. You didn't give me a chance to do it right. All right, with that being said, leave us any comments, but don't forget, rant about what your passion is. Have a good day.